The purpose of this video will be to review a basic mixture problem. And as you will see, and as I've already discussed in these mixture problems, it's always important to draw a picture to organize the information that is being presented. So we're told a nurse mixes 7 grams of a 2% lidocaine cream with 5 grams of a 10.5% lidocaine cream. So these are the two things that are being mixed. What we want to do is to describe the components of the new mixture. And the components, I mean, what's the total mass, what's the total amount, how much lidocaine is in that amount, and then what is the percent strength. So I'm going to draw a picture and a basic mixture picture. So I am taking two things, and when I add them together, I'm mixing them, it is producing a third. And I need to consider the strengths of the lidocaine creams in this case that I'm mixing. So the first one, it says I am mixing 7 grams of a 2%. So I'm mixing a 2% cream with a 10.5% cream. And we don't know quite yet about this third product here. So what it is, once we mix these, you might be tempted to just take 2 and add 10.5 to get our sum here, but that would not be correct, as we'll see. And right below these quantities here, the 2% and the 10.5%, I want to write in the mass. What is the amount? So I am taking 7 grams of the 2%, and I'm taking 5 grams of the 10.5%. And if I mix these together, 7 grams and 5 grams, and I mix those creams together, that means whatever the new cream is, I'm going to have a total of 7 plus 5, or 12 grams. So the total mass, in this case, total mass is just going to be the 7 grams plus the 5 grams. That's going to give me 12 grams. So I will have 12 grams of this new cream once I mix them together. Now I want to think about the total amount of lidocaine. So if it's 12 grams, how much of those grams are actually lidocaine? So what I want to do is to think about how much lidocaine is in this 7 grams of the 2%, and out of the 5 grams, if it's 10.5% lidocaine, what is the amount of grams of lidocaine there? So if 2% of 7 grams is what I want to find, and I want to find 10.5% of 5 grams, because that's the percentage in this case that is lidocaine. So if I take 2% of 7 grams, or 0.02 times 7, that will provide me with the amount of, in this case, lidocaine. And if I take 0.02 times 7, I'll get 0.14. And that's the, in this case, 0.14 grams of lidocaine in that first mixture, in that first cream. So here, this has 0.14 grams of lidocaine. So I'm just going to write grams of, I'm going to abbreviate LC. And if I consider 10.5% of 5 grams, so 0.0, or excuse me, that's wrong, 0.105, that's the decimal equivalent for what I'm looking for, then I would get, I'm going to take that times 5, and I will get 0.525. So there are 0.525 grams of lidocaine in this second cream. 0.525 grams. And that should be a review. I mean, that's just a review of percentages. So now when I take those together, if I take and add them together, 0.14 plus 0.525, I will get 0.665, and that's grams. And that's going to be the amount of lidocaine, 0.665 grams. That's the amount of lidocaine in this new cream. And if I know that the total amount of grams, in this case the amount of cream, is 12 grams, and out of that 0.665 grams is lidocaine, then I can use a proportion here. I can use 0.665 out of 12 grams. So that's just a ratio. I could just put that division problem in my calculator, or you could set up a proportion. If this is the ratio of lidocaine to the total mass, what is that fraction in this case? What is that amount out of 100? Because the equivalent amount out of 100 will give us the percent. So if you just do that division problem, you will get approximately, so I'm going to write approximately here. If you were to solve that for x, you get approximately 0.0554, which is about 5.54% lidocaine. So 5.54%, about. So just a very quick review. If you can think about the components that you are mixing together, so what's the strength, what is the amount, so I'm taking a 2% strength, 7 grams of that, taking the 10.5% strength, I'm adding 5 grams. That means on the right-hand side, these two, when I sum the 2% and 10%, 10.5%, their mass needs to sum to the total amount on the right-hand side. And then I also wanted to consider the amount of lidocaine. So what is 2% of 7? What is 10.5% of 5? Those products there give me the amount of lidocaine. So if I add those together, I know the total amount of lidocaine, and then what is that fraction out of the total mass? That's going to be the strength.